Hi. Hey, you made it! Look at you! Welcome to the Social Distance Cinema Discussion, or the SDCD as I like to abbreviate. Last week we watched Outbreak, starring, among other people, Dustin Hoffman. We thought this movie would hit home because of what's happening right now outside your window. Boy, that couldn't have been further from the truth. The fictional and largely evil government response in Outbreak is somehow more prudent than what's going on in reality right now. Not that I advocate firebombing any American towns. If you take anything away from this video, please let it be that I do not advocate firebombing American towns.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I think the overall sentiment for many of us was, this movie was okay, I guess. What an awesome movie to start a watch club on, am I right? You know, we don't proof watch these things, so if it's your first time seeing it, remember it's ours as well. Man, did I have some problems with this movie. Not that it was all bad. Thematically, I think it was pretty strong. There's definitely some great elements here. For one, maintaining morality in times of crisis. There's a definite moral line in the sand between protagonists and antagonists in this movie. When we first meet our antagonists, they are completely obscured to us. The only distinguishing factor is the voice of the character, who is undoubtedly Donald Sutherland.
Mother God.
It's all here. Character, emotion, familiarity, and it means a lot that their faces are obscure to us right off the bat. On a side note, I can almost guarantee you that Donald Sutherland is not in that suit, and they just did a voiceover in post. But if the point was to have a character detached from humanity, then maybe Donald Sutherland being detached from his part in this movie was kinda like method acting. But I digress. By contrast, with Dustin Hoffman's character, we are instantly assaulted by relatable character motivations. He's too human! Still in love with his wife that's divorcing him and he loves dogs? Are you okay, man? There's too many examples of this to point out, so I'll leave you with the final two that I noticed. The climax involves a little girl treating a monkey humanely so that it will come out of the woods. Ultimately, the resolution is a high-stakes conversation between two pilots about the moral implication of just following orders. With our diametrically opposing viewpoints, characters that walk the line of moral ambiguity tend to be more compelling characters. Morgan Freeman, for example, has the most believable part in this whole film. His character has to grapple with his responsibility to his inhumane superior officer and his conscience. His struggle was the most compelling story the film had to offer. One complaint we heard from Austin Mueller on Discord was, it seemed like too much action, just to check the boxes required to be a stereotypical 90s action movie. It all seems secondary to the plot. I know, right? For what seems like half the movie, the protagonists are illegally flying around in a helicopter to try to save the day. I've literally never seen a chase scene involving so many fucking helicopters. I thought this was a drama about trying to contain a deadly pandemic. What the hell were we watching? Seriously, the movie is 2 hours and 8 minutes long. They get in a helicopter around the 1 hour and 25 minute mark, and they literally do stuff in that helicopter until the 2 hour mark. That's like 40 minutes in a helicopter doing wildly AWOL stuff. In other words, that's like a third of the movie. Which kind of paints the larger problem. The movie is somewhat devoid of realism. It was a little bit beyond the realm of possibility, for example, that the president would go along with a sanctioned strike on American soil, or that a rebellious officer would rise to such high ranks in the military.
It's not about a charter. People are dying. It's about you being a doctor. It's about that sacred oath that we took, remember? Billy, we've been friends for 20 years.
Yes, we're friends, Sam, but I'm also your boss. I run this outfit. It's not run by committee. You do what the hell I say do. I'm your boss. I have my boss. Is that clear to you?
Yeah, get your boss on the phone. Call up McClintock. Tell him to put me on a plane before the two of you kill a lot of people.
Colonel, I'm going to suggest that you shut up now before you say something else you're going to be sorry for. And don't forget who you're talking to.
Well, tell me who I'm talking to, because I don't know who I'm talking to anymore, Billy.
Not to mention, there's many times in which evil General Donald Sutherland does things only presidents can do.
You will release that weapon on time and on target.
There were a number of times, too, that I found myself rolling my eyes at how the infection was being spread. It wasn't airborne for the longest time, and it seemed like people had to go out of their way to spread the disease. There's one comically risque makeout scene between Dr. McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy and his girlfriend that I could not help but laugh at.
You look like shit, baby. What's the matter?
I don't know. Something right here, something.
Another time, trained health professional Kevin Spacey's suit rips in a quarantine chamber, and he lies to everyone about it.
What happened, Casey?
Oh, nothing. I just got a sudden case of the willies.
That's entirely unprofessional and, again, a bit beyond the realm of believability. I let that one slide, though, because I was so excited to see that weirdo creep murderer Kevin Spacey die off.
You can kill them with kindness.
I can't be alone on that one. It's okay, though. You don't have to speak up. I'll hop on the murder list for all of us. I would definitely consider Outbreak to be a watchable movie, but by no means was it groundbreaking or world-shattering in any way. I'm sorry I subjected you all to that. I'd like to thank a close friend of mine whose online name is Lazarak for giving us the idea to set up a Discord server. I'm good at many things, but online communication is one of my major shortcomings. So it's awesome to have people like him helping me out with such smart ideas. There's a link to this week's server in the description of this video. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. This week's movie. We were going to post a poll for everyone to vote on the next film, but we ran out of time this week. We'll look into it next week. This week I selected Horse Girl.
Happy birthday!
So what are you gonna do tonight to celebrate?
How old was Grandma when she started acting like...
Why? Are you...
Sarah, put the phone down. Sarah, put the phone down.
I can hear the future.
Netflix keeps shoving it down my throat every time I sign in, and I need to get it off. And before we go, I'd also like to apologize for shitting the bed with that Netflix party. Perhaps I should have looked at the reviews for the Chrome extension before banking on it. This week, we're going to look into a few more streaming options so that we can all enjoy Horse Girl together. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully, I'll see you next week.